Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about why every person you date is never a waste of time. So sometimes it may seem like that, especially if you've gone through a very painful experience with someone that you've dated, or it could be like a past relationship. But these things can seem like a waste of time, but they never usually are, especially if you've learnt something about yourself and about relationships in general. Or it may be something as simple as I've now learnt that this is not what I want in a relationship. All these, that, when you go into the dating world, you should never see these things as a waste of time, because in a way, it's kind of like, if you think of it as in terms of like a video game, you're always gaining experience. And the more people that you date, the more people that you experience, and it may seem like a waste of time, especially if you are really trying to find someone to settle down with. It's not a waste of time if you are learning stuff about yourself, about, the people that you're dating, about what you want in a relationship. And, sometimes, some of the biggest heartbreaks for me have been the ones that have been the most transformative. Like, I wouldn't know anything about dating if all of my relationships never hurt and they went swimmingly and it all worked out fine. It's from these painful relationship experiences and these, hurtful dating experiences that have really opened up my eyes to what actually works when it comes to dating, and it made me seek out the information. And that's what, these kind of experiences do. If they, really suck and they feel really bad, they genuinely have opened up my eyes personally to what's right about dating, and they're opening up your eyes as well. Otherwise you wouldn't be seeking out this information. Obviously, for whatever reason, you're going through some kind of pain when it comes to dating and relationships. Perhaps you feel like you're wasting your time. Perhaps you've been heartbroken by an ex or by someone that you had a crush on. Perhaps you got friend zoned, but then you're on the internet seeking out information on how to deal with these things, and then you learn some new things about yourself. You learn some new things about, relationships and the opposite sex, or whatever it may be, same sex if you're into the same sex. There's it opens up your eyes and you learn more information about it, and then you go into the world with a new understanding. Your eyes kind of, you wake up a little bit, you stop daydreaming so much about relationships, and you see the reality of it a bit better, and you have a new understanding about it, and you've learned something. So, when you go into the dating world and, you're trying to find someone to settle down with, see it as an adventure. See it as a way that you could be learning and growing, even if it's just learning and growing and figuring, things out about yourself. These are great opportunities for you to discover who you are and discover what you want. So never see these events as like, as a waste of time, because they really are not. They're showing, and I also believe that, people come into our lives for a reason, even if they're only in our lives for a fleeting moment. Usually, if you look for it, if you're really searching for it, everyone that you meet and come into contact with, and it doesn't have to be with dating, it can be with anyone that comes into your life, with good friends, co-workers, bosses, they're all there to teach you something if you are looking for it. Even if it's just teaching you the kind of personalities that you don't really like and the kind of people that you don't want around in your life. Everyone is showing you something about yourself if you look for it. And that's why I think, it's not a waste of time. If you go into a relationship, it doesn't work, it wasn't a waste of time, as long as you've learned from it, as long as you've discovered something about yourself. So see, interacting with people, whether it is in the dating world or other, just people in general, see it as an adventure. See these interactions, see these relationships as opportunities to learn something about yourself. See these things as adventures rather than something that's just bringing you down all the time and making you frustrated and angry and bitter and resentful. See these people that come into your life and go out of your life, as the case may be, as opportunities to learn something. And you are learning something if you are searching up videos like this, and you will probably be changed by watching videos like mine or other coaches out there, because I'm not the only coach on the internet that talks about these kinds of things. There's loads of people out there that can show you and teach you great things about yourself. And I'm sure they will all agree with me that these things are never wastes of time. It may seem like that in the moment, but usually these things are not a waste of time. They do show you something. And, I've said in the past, I've had crushes on people that have lasted, a long time, like a few months, sometimes even like a year or so. And I say to them, yeah, it is a time suck. It does, it is wasting your time a little bit, if you can see my point. But if I never went through those experiences that I call a time suck, then I wouldn't have learned much about myself. But obviously the reason why I say to you it's a time suck is because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did, basically. So even though I'm saying to you now it's not a waste of time, I am trying to obviously teach you what I've gone through so you don't make the same mistakes. So I'm kind of cutting out the pain for you a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do with what I'm, teaching and coaching about. I'm trying to share my own experiences so you don't have to keep on making the same mistakes that I did. But sometimes if you do make mistakes, if you do go through something that's painful and hurtful and not great, then they can actually teach you a big lesson about yourself, and they can, give you an awakening, shall we say. And you will start to learn more stuff about yourself and about what the kind of relationship that you do want in the future. So that's kind of like my aim there, right? Every person you date is never a waste of time as long as you've learned something about yourself. It's only a waste of time if you keep on, dating the same kinds of people over and over and over again, or you just don't seem to learn from your mistakes. You keep on making the same mistakes. It's like, if I say to you, don't over pursue, and yet you keep on over pursuing, that it is you not learning from your mistakes. And basically the people that you've dated that has gone wrong with because you've over pursued, you have wasted your time because you didn't learn from the mistake. So you need to always be learning from your mistakes, learning from experiences that are being shown to you, because perhaps it may be the case that you haven't made any mistakes. It could be the case that you haven't really done the wrong thing, but it might be just the fact that you're just dating the wrong kind of people. There's a lot of different variables that go into it, and everyone's experience is different. But when you are dating and you feel like it's a waste of time, you need to realize that there is something there. There is something that is in that relationship, that connection, no matter how short it was, that was there to show you and teach you something. You've just got to look from it. You've just got to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I gain from this? And kind of transmute, shall we say, this painful experience, whatever it may be, into a more positive one, because you learned something and you're not going to let that thing happen to you again. So that's my thoughts on, why, dating people, even if it doesn't last, even if it doesn't work out, it's never a waste of time. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.